Hello, SFL. It's me and our special guest of the week. It's Kyle. With
What's
it,
up?
it's got a fancy setup here, Kyle. Why do you look so good?
I podcast for a living. No, I'm just kidding. I don't do that. But years of multimedia creation have just given me some tools.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Looks crispy clean. Um, so you're going to take care of our breakdowns this week, right? You're gonna take a look at week 2 for us.
Yes, I have prepared for the SFL a little bit of a rundown of what happened last week with my spin on it. So without further ado, let's jump into Kyle's overview. Robert lost in a doubly insulting fashion last week. His franchise quarterback down and his fancy dignity gone to yours truly. Drafted 5 quarterbacks, just in the end to start Joe Flacco and Jake Browning in week 3. It's not even really depth, that's just a retirement home lineup with Flacco, Evans, Connor, and Ridley, all pushing 30. Will managed to squeak out a win against Holden, thanks in large part because he and Justin Herbert have something in common, where they prefer older men over younger guys like Lad McConkey. He's also riding high on Daniel Jones' hot start, but let's not forget Jones has never had any playoff success. Surely there's not another corollary between Will and one of his players. Meanwhile, Holden stumbled into an 0-2 start we all predicted after draft night debacle. Even if he kept the game close, he's left more points on his bench than on the field. Our Goblin has hoarded more value than he knows what to do with. And in the process, he's gifted Will the head start he needed to snatch the title of most insufferable winner away from Robert. Dylan fell to 1-1 after a miserable showing from his so-called franchise quarterback, piling on more mourning for the men in purple. Honestly, JJ getting hurt was a mercy. Nobody wanted to sit through the next round of excuses. And it forced Dylan to trade away his best player in Josh Allen. It's like he split a $100 bill and got back a pair of fake 20s. Gary has always had his favorite teams, and every once in a while the stars align and Mercury's in retrograde and a solar eclipse hits at kickoff, he actually strings together a good week. Sad to say the Chiefs are off to an 0-2 start, and their best receiver is out already. I'm sure he would trade his fantasy win so that Travis Kelce would have just retired and never ran into Worthy. Darren's off to a slow start. As much as he loves reminding me how I could have had Hurts for the same price as Daniels, I'll remind him that that cuts both ways. This is fantasy football, not fan suckling football. He blew his entire fab budget on a one-catch guy and a rookie tight end in the league's worst offense, and then felt guilty enough after we harassed him to flip his best deep threat asset for $150 in fab. The funny thing is, for Darren, fab actually stands for foolishly acquiring absolute busts. Ari's off to a scorching start. His team looks absolutely terrifying right now. The only real suspense is how he's going to absolutely fuck it up this season. But if there's one thing he's proven, it's that he's creative when it comes to collapse. Honestly, I can't wait to see the new way he finds to blow it this year. Human put in a respectable week, even if it wasn't enough, and definitely squeezed the most out of the waiver wire with Juwan Johnson's 20 points. But when your biggest highlight is a waiver wire tight end, it says a lot about your draft. Tell me how the algebra works out on this one, Peach. He went from the worst roster last week to the second best score this week. Talk about whiplash. It's the fantasy equivalent of Baker Mayfield's comeback story. Except, let's be honest, what he really came back from was being a Cleveland Brown. Victor took down Jordan to move to 2-0, which then promptly gutted his depth chart just to land Josh Allen. A bold move when we finally change to a league that scores 12 points per passing touchdown. His team is going to be an absolute monster. Until then, he's just one tweaked hamstring away from fielding a practice squad. On the opposite end, Jordan managed just 11.75 points from his starting QB slots, possibly a league record for futility. If Dylan's vacation lambasting didn't motivate him to fix that mess, he's shaping up to be the league's punching bag for the next 15 weeks. And that is your recap of Week 2 SFL and Kyle's breakdown. Back to you, Guy.
Thanks so much, Kyle. I appreciate it. Uh, That was a very good breakdown. Um, we can go ahead. What would you like to do now? Let's take a good old look at how the league is standing thanks to this. If we look at the Walters division, we got Victor in the lead, 2-0. Uh, Dylan and Gary, 1-1, and Jordan at the bottom at 0-2. Two for your divisions, the Donnies. You and Will are both 2-0 to at the top, and Holden and Rob are 0-2 at the bottom. And the dudes division, Ari, who I believe has the best team in the league and has the leading score as of now for the league, is 2-0. Human and I are both 1-1, and D Haas with the worst team in the league at 0-2.
Are
Let's
you scared of your division?
Not as scared as when the season started. To be honest, I don't think I'm gonna win my division. I think Ari's gonna go ahead and do that, but I feel a lot better about the rivalry weeks to end the season. I think I have a good chance to go 2-1 again. I believe I'm going 2-1 to start and go 2-1 again to end it. So when I when the it first started, I thought D Haas might have would have had a better team than this. I know he's been kind of blasted by injuries. I mean, George, he was really relying on George Kittle. But other than that, I mean, I don't really think he has that much of an excuse. His team is just not performing.
Yeah, I didn't start Wandale last week when he put up his 40 burger or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Chose to start Booty instead,
Yeah.
which was
Had he
just
started
unlucky.
Russell Wilson, did he start Russell Wilson last year? Or last
No, he
week?
didn't start Russell either. No. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a hard call. The Penix thing, you know, who knew they were gonna just destroy the Vikings like that, and he would never have to
Yeah.
throw that. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Could he have won the game? No, he couldn't even have won. He was playing against Ari, so it doesn't even matter.
yeah, it's all pretty futile when Ari scores 215.
Yeah. To take a look at our rankings now, I believe these are the pre-trade rankings. Um, you are at number one.
So interesting breakdown. We have four 2-0 teams, four 1-1, and four 0-2 teams.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty even tiers, it seems like, are developing here in the beginning.
I felt like I don't know if I'm misremembering, but I felt like last year we were pretty close. Like I think the teams are much farther apart this year than they were last year.
Yeah, I agree with that. I also think that it's pretty telling, like the versus the median or like versus the rest of the league stats
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
They line up pretty closely with the overall records. Basically, just saying that Gary might be the luckiest team to be 1-1 here, given like the lower consistency and
But
bottom end of the
he's
scoring.
still
But
at 9 wins, whereas the other 0-2 teams are at 7 wins tops. So
right, exactly. Yeah,
it's really not that bad. Yeah, it seems like everyone is where they deserve to be. Again, I think Ari should be ranked number one with his 20-2 versus the league. That is absolutely insane for 2 weeks. I don't know how he's not number one. His rest of season roster is ranked number seven. The experts are gonna have to get back to me, tell me why that is. This is our roster strength trends. As we can see here, Rob started as the number one, and now he's 11, with D Haas being the very one at the bottom. It has Victor starting from third and being number one. I don't know why Victor's team is ranked that high. I mean, he's got 352 points, but to be
is that
ranked
before the Josh Allen trade too?
before the Josh Allen trade. Unless Dylan did a sneaky update. I'm pretty sure that this is the before the trade.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Um,
I imagine his roster strength would go down because his depth just like diminished when he traded away three players
yeah.
for one quarterback.
And this is the power ranking over time. The power ranking over time haven't moved that much. It did had you start at two, and now you're at one. I did the massive V neck, starting at four, going to 11, then back to five.
Nothing super out of the ordinary here. I do think it's crazy that the algorithm doesn't like Ari's team even more. Um, I imagine some of that is kept down because Chase's value has been reduced by quite a
That's
bit
that's a fair
um,
point.
with
That's a fair
with
point.
Burrow out. But yeah, I mean, he should be the clear and defined number one ranked team in this entire league right now.
So we just had a trade go through uh, over. Did it go through yesterday officially?
Yeah, I think so.
Um, it is the trade that we are talking about here. It is Drake May, uh, Bo Nix, and Cortland Sutton going over to Dylan's side, and Victor essentially gets just Josh Allen and two guys that shouldn't even be on a roster, in my opinion.
I mean, I tried to put this into the trade calculator just to see, and Jimmy Garoppolo didn't even come up. So um, his value is less than zero.
Yeah. What do you think? I think I've been pretty vocal on the group chat about it.
um, I think this is like one step too far for Victor's team. Um, I know he likes to consolidate onto talent, and I think it's a good strategy. It's stars and scrubs. It makes sense in a lot of instances, but at some point you end up back at where you guys remember when Ari drafted three players with all of his budget,
But
Like there's a little
imagine if
bit
those players did not get hurt, though, Kyle.
even then, I don't know that you're gonna like that was maybe the worst season of all time. And that's
Yeah,
mostly because of like the injury, but also I just think it's a little too consolidated onto a couple guys. It also puts your entire roster in way more risk, like the chances of you absolutely busting if one of those guys gets hurt just increases exponentially, right? So
yeah. I want
I,
to take a look at how his team looks now that it is that way. So Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen at quarterback. That is terrifying. He okay. I see what it is. Is Javante Williams right? Like the resurgence of like Javante Williams. Is he actually a real running back?
for now, yeah, I
Right.
think he's
Like
legit.
he is the number three running back for the season in our league, scoring 26 points on average. Uh, Derrick Henry disappeared last week. I don't know what that was about.
He'll do that from time to time, right? Like they're very game script dependent. Also, Lamar can just have one of those games where they don't have to run the ball, He's very proficient as a passer too.
Yeah.
They run up the score without Henry. It's not a problem.
The real question is like, I think you are onto something. His depth is absolute shit.
Yeah, Keon Coleman flashed, right?
He
I
flashed,
don't
but
think
he's not going to be consistent. That's like the problem with Buffalo receivers, right? They're hit or
yeah,
miss
all of
every
them.
single week.
Even Khalil Shakir, the guy we thought was consistent, is like really up and down so far this season, and I think that's always going to be the case. At least he's capturing all the upside of the Buffalo offense by having Josh Allen, and it's nice when one of his guys, one of his receivers come with him. It's like a little bonus. But I think you're always like running a risk of like pretty much 0 to 5 points when you're trotting uh, just Coleman out there as one of your starting receivers every week.
I mean, he's got Trey Tucker as one of his receivers, who's got 11 points average on this Las Vegas offense. I don't trust. He's got Travion Henderson as his flex. Maybe that turns around later in the season. Terry McLaurin is not the wide receiver from last year. He's averaging 10 points per game. I do like Tyler Warren at tight end, but again, 19 points is pretty good from your tight end from week to week. But then you look at his bench and it's nobody. He just traded away Sutton, right? Maybe hopefully like Chris Godwin comes back for him and is a good player. I mean,
It's
like
about
that's
the only high upside like player he has on his bench right now.
yeah. He
Everything
she
else
should be
is
going
trash.
like absolute crazy in the waiver wire, in my opinion. He should
Yeah,
be cut like I
he
wouldn't
could dump
have
his entire bench right now.
entire
Yeah,
bench other than Godwin.
yeah, yeah.
Um, I I told him my team's weakness is Tyler Warren, and I told him, hey, pick any two wide receivers on my team not named Collins and Browns for Warren. He
No.
countered with Nico Collins for Kate Otten.
That's not real.
I promise you that happened.
Okay.
There you go. Here's the proof.
Well, you told him your weakness, and that was your biggest problem. He's trying to exploit you.
I mean, I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do that. uh, is there any other teams you want to? Anything else you want to look at here? Oh, we do have another trade, right? We have a trade under review.
Yeah, this I wanted to give Will a hard time for, because I just think it's a little crazy. Um, the Evans thing, you feel good about Mike Evans, right? Like,
I
and you
feel all
like the
right. I feel
Bucks.
okay. Yeah.
I mean, he's been so consistent. I do wonder with the emergence of Emeka Egbuka and the proficiency in their run game with Bucky, and the return of Chris Godwin, is Evans ever a guy that's going to get squeezed out or scaled down? Will his
No,
age start to like affect his production? Not now, but later in the season.
I think week 1 and week 2 have been his floor. I think this is his floor. He's had 2 floor weeks, and um, Will is just buying him at the right time, in my opinion. Mike Evans has always been the touchdown guy, and he hasn't gotten touchdowns this week. I think Emeka Ibuka is severely overperforming because he has 3 touchdowns. He's leading the league in touchdowns. I don't think that's something that will keep going forever. I think he's particularly getting lucky on the touchdown regards. Mike Evans got 8 targets and 11 targets week 1 and 2. I mean, that's really it. He hasn't caught a touchdown. If he catches a touchdown, he has a 19-point game in week 2. You know what I mean? Like, I think the opinion on Mike Evans would be a little bit different at the moment. I hate Marvin Harrison. Will had been trying to trade him to me all season long. He offered me like trades that most people would call me ridiculously stupid for rejecting, and I reject him anyway. I have zero trust on this guy. Zero. I don't think he's that good. I think he's like one of the most overrated wide receivers to come into the NFL. He's got 20 points week 1 because he caught a touchdown. With 6 targets, 5 targets. You know, I
Yeah, that offense runs through McBride, but that doesn't mean that there's not like potential. Like sophomore wide receiver breakout seasons are like it's typically the year that if they're going to break out, they will.
oh yeah, I believe
Will
it.
ha-
Yeah, but I also think he's overrated because his last name is Harrison.
yeah,
I think that's what it is. His last name is Harrison. People get too attached to that. They think, oh, he's going to be some elite guy, and he's just not. He's not. He's just a good player. He's good, and his quarterback is Kyler Murray. He's not elite. He shouldn't be getting drafted where he's been getting drafted in the last 2 years. You know, I just think he's okay. Now, do you believe in Jordan Mason?
I think, I mean, this is actually the same thing with the Marvin Harrison thing in a way, where it's like production matters more than talent, right? And like the running back volume vacuum that was created with the loss of Aaron Jones is huge.
It is. Yeah.
And Mason, and not only that, Mason looked good last week, and the week before. He just had a little bit more burst than Jones did. So the only problem is the offense environment is like the sketchiest part about
Yeah.
that situation,
I'm
right?
terrified about that offense.
Yeah.
And he's a running
It,
back on a terrible offense now.
well, it can't be worse than when McCarthy was in there. So that has like got to be at least upside potential for Mason because think what you want. It's Carson Wentz, right? Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Say what you want about Wentz. I don't think he's a great backup.
But he's good.
He's better than McCarthy,
I think I think I think you might be right on that actually. He might be a better quarterback than McCarthy.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, it's a small sample, but yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I was about to say I prefer both of the players that Will got over the 2 players that he gave up. I prefer Tyron Tracy over Jordan Mason, and I prefer Mike Evans over Marvin Harrison. But your Carson Wentz comments actually makes me rethink that. Maybe Carson Wentz will be a better quarterback than JJ, and
Yeah.
then Jordan Mason steps up and is actually very productive.
The thing that pushes me away from Will's side is the type of Tracy thing because um Human mentioned it too, and say what you want about Scatabo, but it's pretty clear that he's like taking over the backfield there, and
Oh
it's
no no
only
no.
week 3.
Yeah, I think I think I said it on the Savage League chat. I think Scatabo is the second most talented rookie running back this year.
Okay.
Out of all the running backs, I think he's the second best. So like it was Jounty's the most talented, and I think Scatabo is the second most talented. So yeah, I believe in Scat. It's just he's in on the Giants, and it's not like Tyron Tracy is a bad player. One thing that we're overlooking on Tracy though is he's getting kick return yards.
He got 132 return yards.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He's getting the pass work, he's getting the receptions, and he's getting return yards. Uh, you know, give me that all week. Like that's a startable flex player in my opinion.
Interesting.
Um, anything wild happen other than the quarterback here on the waivers? $121 on Jake Browning from the Goblin. Did Rob not want to blow
Why?
his entire budget? Did Rob had more, right? He had to have more.
Yeah, I think he still does.
No, he had 110. Never mind.
Is that what he bid? No, I thought he bid 101. He tried to keep some.
Yeah,
Not that it would have mattered,
yeah,
but
yeah. He bid 101.
I'm confused though. What does Holden need another quarterback, or is he just being Holden?
He's worried about Cam Ward, I would imagine. Cam Ward has not performed, so in a way, yeah, he does need another running quarterback.
Because he doesn't really have a third. Okay, that's fair.
I mean, he doesn't really have a second when your second quarterback is averaging 12 points per game.
Well, I mean, I on in Cam Ward's defense, he's faced two of the hardest
I absolutely
defenses
agree with you.
in the league in the
Yeah,
first 2 weeks.
absolutely agree with you. D House went 35 on Romeo Dobbs. You went
Fuck you.
33 as the only one on Wicks.
Yeah, I bid 33 on both. I wanted to get one of those receivers. I just had to make sure I locked it up.
Yeah, D House just
Um,
barely beat you on Dobbs.
yeah,
I'm the only one who believes in Jatavian Sanders.
I think Sanders is nice.
I
It's
do
hard
too.
for me. Like I like to draft, just like a tight end that I don't have to worry about streaming every week.
Yeah,
So I try not to think too much about it during the season. But there are a lot of good value opportunities. Like the Juwan Johnson thing was great. Nobody knew he was going to play like all the snaps, and even if it's a bad offense, like he's still getting work. And Sanders is like the same situation. Like he's out there all the time. He's getting routes and targets. The offense isn't great, but like I mean, they produced in garbage time.
yeah.
So
And other than that, there weren't any really big guys. Cavante Turpin for $19 to Human. Actually, I think this is a really good pickup. I think.
I mean, it's the wrong week to pick him up. But he just got injured. But yeah,
Did he really? Oh,
yeah, he hurt his neck.
oh, that sucks. Let's go ahead and take a look at this week then. Right. Let's go ahead and start with the top division here. Victor versus Dylan. Victor's projected to win 138 to 129. Right after the trade, too. These guys just traded it to each other and they're playing against each other.
Do you think he deserves a 10-point lead on projection? It's like all on the quarterbacks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, God, his wide receivers are so bad on Victor's side.
Yeah, the other thing is waiting on Travion Henderson to break out, which
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it's going to happen super quickly, but
He hasn't been getting returning work either, right? He's been getting a little bit. I thought he was going to be like a big returner for them. He's got 40 yards. Maybe that picks up. The new kick returns this year have been kind of crazy. They've been doing a lot.
I
I
don't know. This is a pretty tight one. I think it's closer than the projections say. I think Dylan's roster is just way more balanced. He's got like a lot of upside in his flex spot.
Yeah. How do you feel about Barkley versus the Rams? I think that's the
Um,
big decider.
I mean, Eagles need like a get right game here. They need to stack up some points. They've been pretty neutered on offense so far, so I imagine they're gonna feed him the rock. Yeah, I'm actually gonna be there. I'm gonna be in
Really?
Philadelphia for that game. Yeah,
Whoa. Anything special going on?
just like a boys trip with my brothers and my dad.
Well, that's awesome. You guys
Yeah,
have fun.
I'll live tweet.
Yeah. Man, you know, if Victor's wide receivers perform, show up today, he can win. And also, this is the thing that worries me about this game on Victor's side. What if Josh Allen gets sat in the fourth quarter? Like they're
You
just
think it could be that much of a blowout?
yeah,
Yeah, possibly.
and then they're just running the ball with James Cook all game long, and
I mean, they might do that anyways. Cook is on an absolute tear right now, you
yeah,
know. That's also the reason Ari's team is so good. It's like he has all those great players, but James Cook is like his best player right now.
yeah. I'm having a hard time picking a winning here, but I think I'm gonna go with Dylan with the upset,
I agree.
and then Jordan versus Gary. Gary with his traditional not picking anyone, but his optimum is at 141, so he's projected to win slightly.
Uh yeah, Jordan's entire team is his receivers. Everything else is a little suspect.
This is quarterback play, man. I think Geno Smith just had a rough game. He bounces back.
Not like a ton of upside there. It's my only thing, but serviceable. The thing is he needs to capture all his upside in his like four receivers and Kraft. Luckily, like Tucker Kraft has been insane recently.
Yeah, I mean he had that one big game. I don't think his week one
Yeah.
win is anything special.
It was serviceable. It was not nothing.
Yeah, yeah. I like Gary here. I do like Gary.
Wait, show me Gary's team again. Yeah, I think he's got to start Mahomes and Caleb.
Yeah, yeah. You can't start to a.
ETN's been fine. Uh, I don't know. These are both maybe the most fraudulent teams in this league, so it's like the early preview of the toilet bowl.
Let's go on your division here.
I'll go
Uh,
Jordan on that one, just to have it on record.
all right. You versus Will, 139 to 131, with you having the up, but Will does not have one of his players on his roster. I'm assuming it's because of the trade. So Mike Evans is going to slot in here. And with that Mike Evans slot, he's projected to beat you, 144.
I mean, just keep betting against my team and keep paying the price. Okay, I do need to grind an axe here real quick because you on this pod multiple times have like called into question the strength of the receivers on my team.
You're right.
Okay. You also 2 seasons ago implemented this exact strategy, which was shore up everything else around receiver
You're right.
and then pick up receivers off of the waiver
You're right.
and just snipe value all season long. And I don't know how you, of all people, can sit there and criticize this.
No, you're right. That is actually my go-to strategy, and I'm just not implementing it this year. And I'm kicking myself because I see all these wide receivers on the waivers, and I'm like, man, this guy's good. I could totally use him. And then I'm like, oh, but I've got Brown and Collins eating up two spots, and I, can't really do that. I always feel like there's so much value at wide receiver at the bottom that people just don't see coming. So yeah, you're
Well,
right. And I got to give you, I think Flowers. This could be his breakout year. Like
yeah, of course.
he he's actually, I believe, in the top 10 best wide receivers in the league. He's just Lamar Jackson likes to spread the ball around.
Does he though? I mean, he has 10 targets average so far through 2 games.
That's
So,
true. Yeah.
and the tight ends are not involved. That's the thing. If Andrews comes back and is like super involved in the offense again, it probably cuts him to flowers a little bit, but I'm
Yeah,
not stressing
what
it.
the hell is up with that, man? It was the same thing last year. Where Andrews like started with like no
Well,
points.
it's crazy because Likely isn't even playing. Like he's
Yeah,
hurt still too, so that doesn't make a lot of sense.
but I honestly I don't think like that really eats into it because likely doesn't really play that role, and it's just Lamar's just not throwing on the ball. It's weird.
Yeah. To go back to the receiver thing, one of the other things I think our scoring did, like it definitely increased the upside of like really good receivers,
Yeah,
but it also like raises the floor on those like waiver guys and like the guys that appear to be serviceable, you know?
the guys that get a lot of targets but don't get a lot of yards.
Yeah, it increases them. It also is like, if a guy's gonna step into some volume opportunity on like a given like 4 stretches of games or something like that,
Yeah.
like I mean that's totally like if you can get 15 out of that slot,
Mm-hmm.
like you're actually pretty fine if you have a lot of upside elsewhere. So I do think Travis Hunter is like maybe not gonna pan out here. He's probably the weakest spot right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's so weird. Like maybe like I don't know. Maybe he just like figures out at the end of the year and he comes on strong at the end of the year. But the start
Yeah.
has been rough. Um,
Basically, the winning or losing this game comes down to whether or not Daniel Jones like keeps playing like he's playing. And personally, I feel like he's due for some regression. So
he's playing Tennessee. They've had a tough defense. But
this
they
is
had a
not a
tough
winning
defense
game.
last week, man. What if Daniel Jones is just that guy in Indianapolis? Just this coaching staff and this talent is just that's it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with Phil here. Sorry to bust your bubble. I think the 2-0 streak is over.
I can't wait to win this game. It's gonna be so satisfying.
And then Goblin Martial Law is the last game in your division here. Uh, very close projected. I believe Rob is trading Mike Evans though, right? So
Yeah, Rob's Jonathan Taylor pick is probably the most prudent draft spend. I think he only paid like 20 something dollars for him.
yeah, what the hell is that about? What are we doing in this draft, guys?
I don't know. I like to go back and find what that number is, but
I have it somewhere. I would just have to dig for it. Um, you take over here. You keep talking. I'll go find that number.
all right. So what I see from this week's matchup is Roberts putting together his toothpicks and bubblegum quarterback core. It does not inspire a lot of confidence. It's also very concerning that James Conner has been losing work to Trey Benson and is not the 70 to 80% snap guy that he was last year so far. Taylor looks great, but Ridley's got some competition with Io Manor. He's getting rid of Evans. He's sliding in Marvin Harrison. And I imagine that he'll drop one of these flex, probably, I don't know, maybe Myers for Jordan Mason.
I believe
You
it
do
was
all
a
that.
yeah.
I think
I don't know.
there's a
Myers has
chance.
looked all right though. He's been getting his
Myers
targets.
has been fine. He's pretty
Yeah, it's been
stable
pretty good.
floor. Yeah, maybe he gets scared off with playing T with the whole
No, he's
Browning
not
thing.
benching T. He's not benching T. It's not happening.
Okay, then who's he putting in for Mason?
Ridley.
Okay.
He's benching Ridley.
Yeah, I think Taylor can carry this team. On the other side, I mean Puka is maybe the best wide receiver in fantasy football right now. So that's scary.
Yeah.
He's got the stack with Stafford.
30 points 2 weeks in a row, no touchdowns. Oh, he had the rushing touchdown. My apologies. Never mind.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's his floor with limited touchdowns. That's pretty insane.
Yeah.
Uh, I gotta give it. I mean, the all the momentum is on Goblin's side for this game.
I'm gonna give it to Goblin too. Battle of the 2-on-2 teams. Goblin takes a win, and I looked it up. Jonathan Taylor went for $25.
Yeah, what a steal!
Yeah,
Steal of the draft.
absolutely. Me versus D Haas. We don't really need to go over this. D Haas gets his goes 0-3.
Where is this confidence of yours coming from?
I mean, I'm riding pretty high off of last week with the 200
Yeah,
point game.
what a swing.
Yeah. I'm worried about
Uh,
Bryce Young versus Atlanta, honestly. Atlanta
you
has looked
should
like a good
be.
defense.
They also didn't run up the score on the Vikings, so like the whole garbage time thing is really maybe not in your favor. They did like a lot of ball control shit, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
they ran the ball, I think like 38 times between Bijan and Algier
Yeah.
when they were in the lead, so not like a lot of meat on the bone if they do get behind. Uh, Obviously, Christian McCaffrey might be the best running back in the league in fantasy, so
He is as of now.
you have to have some confidence there. I do think your receivers are looking very, very weak here. Waddle and Collins and Downs inspire almost zero confidence in me.
I think Collins picks it up, man. I don't know. Like, I don't see how you can. You saw how the game started against Tampa, right?
Yeah.
So Collins started out great, and then they didn't get the ball thrown to him at all the entire rest of the game. Coaching's half-assed to figure that shit out, right? And like the offense works when you're throwing Collins the ball. This is very reminiscent of like a couple of years ago when I was like, "Wow, Dallas sucks," but they're all good when they throw CD Lamb the ball. And then they eventually figured out, oh my god, we have CD Lamb. Why don't we just throw him the ball 20 times per game? And then they started winning. I feel like that's the same thing with the Texans. They'll just figure it out and just start chucking him the ball.
This week, you think they figure it out this week?
No, not this week. But,
Okay.
like week 6 or 7, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's my concern. I agree. Like talent will win out over all the bullshit, but like it's not like these teams are making the assumption of rational coaching
Yeah.
um is like a dangerous one to make, you know, like because that's just not what these guys tend to do. But I think you're right in the long run it should pan out. Also, you really wanted to get Josh Downs and now you have him and now he's
Yeah,
a
why'd you drop
40%.
him?
He's a 40% like route share guy. What do you mean? Like he's not even playing. Tyler Warren basically stole his job, like in
Eight
everything that he has
targets
to
is
do.
not even playing. The little dink and dunks is not even playing against the Denver
He got,
defense.
he got targeted a lot, but he also was still only out on the field less than 50% of the time. Like they're
He's coming back from
playing.
an injury.
He's always a slot guy,
He's
and
coming back from an injury.
Tyler Warren is stealing his job.
Ah, whatever. Even if he's not good, I still got Pearsall. I still got Diggs, who's also coming back from an injury.
All right, well you better
I
start
got.
one of them over Downs this week if you want to win the game.
I'll think about it.
What do we have to say about D Haas?
His team sucks.
Swift is terrible. London could be good. Booty.
Yeah,
It's
London's been
booty.
underperforming. Booty started off really well. How did he do last week? Oh yeah, look at that one target. Boop, one target for a
One
touchdown.
target, one touchdown. If Roma Dunze ices DJ Moore, he's like pretty legit.
Yeah, Roman Duze looks like the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be scared. I wouldn't be so confident if I were you.
Yeah, I'm just talking shit. I love Diaz. I think his team's all right.
But I'll give it to you.
I just think his quarterbacks have been really weak. I was expecting more from Penix. I was expecting more from Hurts. They just haven't been there. I honestly would probably start Russell Wilson this week.
I'd be so scared to do that. I mean, the odds of him repeating. Well, go back to Russell Wilson's week one real quick.
17 points.
Oh, that's actually decent floor.
Yeah.
And he had 44 rushing.
Yeah. I mean, that's what made the floor. It's without it's at 168 yards passing,
Yeah.
no touchdown.
He would have had 13 points.
Yeah. I I personally would start Russell Wilson over Michael Penix this week. Just me.
I mean, if there was a team that you wanted to target, it would be the Panthers. But yeah.
I don't think so. They've been all right. They've been all right this year. And our last game, Ari versus Koeman. Ari's expected to blow out this game here.
20 points is a blowout. Yeah, in
On
projections, I
on
guess.
projections, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Man, our scoring system like cannot be projected. By the way,
It really
it's like
can't. It struggles so
it's
hard. It might be
it's
the
so
first
bad.
downs. I think it's the first
Yeah,
downs.
that's my guess too. I mean, what is there to say? Ari's a fucking buzzsaw right now. I'd hate to play him.
Mm-hmm. It's
Uh,
got good matchups on both of his quarterbacks.
yeah,
James Cook
Dobbins,
versus Miami. This is the one that I'm worried about. Dobbins here.
Gibbs.
Oh, it's Gibbs. Why the fuck did I? Oh, you said Dobbins and
I
freaking out.
said Dobbins, but I was looking at the other side. Uh, yeah. I mean, these some of these things on Human side are a little questionable. Like, is Dobbins really your best option for one of your RBs?
I
Chase
don't know. He's
Brown
talking
left
a
a
lot of
ton of
shit
value.
about Scadaboo, and he's scared to start him against Kansas City over
Yeah, I
Dobbins.
would probably look for some more upside.
I mean,
Um,
Dobbins has been alright. He's got a touchdowns both games. That's really what it is.
Keeping him afloat.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's also got a rookie like nipping at his heels. Uh, Chase Brown lost a bunch of value when Burrow went out.
Yeah. I
Also,
mean, look
just
at this:
hasn't been
2
playing that well.
yards, 2.9 yards per carry. Like that's so rough, man. When your offensive line is that bad that they can't even get you 3 yards. That's terrible.
Yeah, a little scary. Does he have any bench like hope besides Scat? Sharps is okay. He didn't play Mac Jones last week,
I mean,
even though
Sharp
Mac Jones
scored to one
blew
point.
up. That's crazy. Oh, yeah, it
Oh,
swung
yo,
back to
dude,
Walker play.
this is like one of the most insane shits I ever seen. 15 rushing attempts, 1 point. This is like gotta be one of the worst things I have ever seen in my life.
There's someone else who had like 15 targets for -8 yards. Who was it?
What?
Yeah, it's one of the rookies. Uh, I'll go find the stat and I'll send it in the group chat.
Team's rough. This is another team where I offered the same thing that I offered to Victor. I said, hey, I'll give you two of my wide receivers not named Collins and Brown for your tight end. And he said no.
Yeah, that's got some work to do. Ari goes 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's all the games. We're all caught up. Got anything else
All
to
right.
say?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait to beat Will and go 3-0 and be the dominant leader of my division. And good luck to all you chumps. Thanks.
Yeah. All right. There you go. You guys have a good night.